kids.
You piecing it together for her so she can.
The way you should look at this.
Yeah. Because when people get sick, man, people do some devilish stuff to you, man. They can.
How you deal with your son? How do you do this? How do you do
that? How you property all over here and there?
Why you doing it like this? Why you not doing it like that?
So questions and answers.
Yeah, what's the relationship between your son and his mother and you? You know what I'm saying? Like, things like that.
Wise man asking answer questions straight to the point.
So, and being godly is godly direction, so it applies to everything in life. So that's the beautiful part of God. Like you can just talk about it, like it still apply.
Darkim, we recording or no?
Yeah, I had to get off record for a minute because that was a little emergency phone call.
Nah, I wasn't asking. I was asking if you started again or if it was.
Yeah. We back live now. We back in the pocket. Yeah, that was a little emergency situation. But all right, where we was at? Why is everybody calling tonight? Got calls coming out.
Oh, you're a superstar now, man. If they know us, the match, I know they know you, man. Man, listen.
Yeah, I know he felt it yesterday.
Where we was at with building? Nobody remembers?
I mean, I had commented on something about Sunday. That was that.
Yeah.
Somebody had want to talk about what happened Sunday, and I came up in there. They was like, oh, it was an earth up in here. She has a long fancy stuff. And she see with a little thing like that, she's like, could you cover up a long stuff? I said, no, I'm hot. What's wrong? Well, I thought it was probably 3/4 of clothes. Do you want some of my clothing? I said, no, I don't wear no hand-me-downs. I know seamstresses and tails. The time come, I know how to dress.
All right.
That's an insult for somebody to tell me to give me their leftovers.
That's how you let.
You came in on Tuesday before. That's an insult.
That's how you.
I don't know who the hell I know, who I am.
Maybe she was trying to be nice. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's an insult.
Do you understand it? What is she could have been using understanding.
Do you think was this an older person or was she a young person?
She's 50. 50.
I don't know how old you are. I don't want to ask you your age because we're gonna deal with respect. But sometimes when a person says something to you, you have to look at the perspective that they're coming from. She didn't necessarily have to be rude to you. She just could have.
And then she come flirting with all the guards. You don't do that. You just say.
Let's not accuse the righteous.
No.
Let's not do that.
She got the star ring, the sun was star ring. She don't come in like Dr. Anna about me.
Very.
Let me ask you a question.
Very astute statement.
Did you eat food on Sunday?
No.
You didn't eat any food?
Not in there.
Not in there? Alright, so let me say that I ate food on Sunday, right? So the Earths was serving, right? So they were doing something in a positive manner to promote social equality, right? So let's not talk negatively about the women that were there.
She was just trying to give you wisdom.
When she was just she was saying something to you from her perspective and her position. So she was trying to add on. She wasn't trying to take away. You know what I mean? You might not have received it that way.
That's the chick that said she was looking at the video and then she came in. That's what happened. The same chick. She looking at the video, came in, she told me all this freaky stuff.
So how did you build it after that?
She said she thought that I knew Spanish and thought I was talking Spanish before, and that's what she wanted to, build with me, but now I don't deal with that.
See, this is what I'm saying when I said that, sometimes you express hostility.
No, because stuff happened to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if a person lesbian, bisexual, they give me stuff and they want to give you food and money, and next thing I know, she want me.
Now let me ask you a question.
Serious.
Are you absolutely sure that a nation of people is the right atmosphere for you?
A nation of people?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I've been with.
No, but I'm saying. Well, yeah, I mean, with the attitude that you have, where you saying that you can't trust people and stuff has happened to you, and whether they there to help or harm, then yeah, maybe it's best that you be by yourself.
See, like, and this.
So you saying if I want to take somebody hand me down, I should just leave?
No, what I'm saying is that if you feel that people are offending you, don't go around those people.
They go to the parliament way in the front with all the men and stuff. No, you don't do that.
No, I didn't.
Hold on. Let me say this, y'all. Let me say this, because today's mathematics is wisdom, power, right? So power is what? The truth, right? The wisdom is what? Your ways and actions. So the way you present yourself, right? The way you present your truth, right? Will bring about the results that you get back from other people. See, knowledge is to know, look, listen, learn, observe, and also to respect. You can't forget about the respect when you're doing the knowledge before you do the wisdom.
And we here to build, not to destroy.
Exactly.
Not to take away from anything.
Your wisdom got to be
When
correct
build,
in order to show forth and prove your truth. And then you will get back the proper response from people. You understand what I'm saying? Like you have to look at things on the positive plane. You can't assume the negative plane. Until somebody shows and proves that that's what their intention is, and then even so, when they show and prove that that's their intention, you can do the what? You can do the knowledge and then do the wisdom and what? Walk away.
Word is bond.
You understand what I'm saying? Like there's many different ways you can approach a situation, and sometimes you just gotta stop and do the knowledge and use it as a teaching moment for yourself. How can I handle this situation? A or B? Now, matter of fact, today in the alphabet is Y, right? When you're dealing with the letter Y, think about it, right? Vertically standing, right? Or even horizontally. It starts what? There's a straight line and then it breaks off into two separate directions, right? So you could go this way or you could go that way. Your wisdom can take you this way or it can take you that way. That's how you gotta see it. You don't even have to like you don't have to take it as, this person is trying to come down on you. Like, listen, all right, cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Listen, next time I won't wear this. Or what is it that you have for me? Can I take a look at it? You could let a person down nicely. Oh, I don't think that will fit me. You know what I'm saying? Like then it's like, okay, well, I accepted the person is, the person trying to be nice to me, but, I also let them down nicely so that when we leave, we don't leave on negative terms, because who knows when that person may be able to help me in the future, or I may be able to help that person. Let's not burn the bridge, right? Because of one situation, because of your past experiences, which I'm quite sure that person probably doesn't know about, or to the fullest extent know how it affected you. They can't deal with you on that level. So, you know what I'm saying? These are just things to think of when you go about dealing with people, knowing that you have a certain particular past or background.
And make sure you use the pineal gland, use that understanding. The third eye has to be always active. You always shine the light on that third eye. That's the pineal gland. We gotta use it and utilize it and be able to apply it to our culture. At the end of the day, it's not easy, but it's something that has to be done. You know what I'm saying? In order to build, in order to add on.
Repetition.
Repetition
always. To get easier. Just have to be in practicing, always trying to do that. Like I even catch myself now, I just don't say a lot of stuff like I used to. I used to just say anything, no, just straight wisdom. Every rip, just cut right into you. And then sometimes you think about it like, hold on, I ain't even mean to say that. So instead of doing all that, just take your time. And that's what I've been doing, and that's what the math do. The math, how you map it out, because it's 1, 2, 3, it's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, that right there, that 1, 2, 3, you follow just that 1, 2, 3, you gonna be nice. I'm telling you, because
that's a great introduction to anybody that's coming to this. Great introduction. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
Man, that's
nothing respect. When you respect your knowledge, you're gonna know how far you're gonna go with yours. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But please, I want to ask you a question. Why, women like this, like the ones that gave birth, why are you so jealous of the ones that didn't give birth? What's the problem? Serious.
Well, what leads you to believe that they're jealous?
They come up to me with that. You ain't got no kids, you ain't got no man. Well, that's my business. And you know what? And then they start coming after me like that. I'm just gonna say peace. And I'm gonna say I have right to privacy.
Here's the thing though, where you can't have it both ways. Because sometimes you ask the same thing. Like you sat right here in the class and talked about, you know, how you wanted to have kids and everything. So when you around a group of women, right, who is to a certain degree, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, you know, a woman is a queen when she knowledge God. She's the earth when she bear the seed, when she born understanding. So you around a group of women that's at least partially defined by having kids.
They're already the earth.
You understand what I'm saying? So by the same token, look, see, I never, because I was, you know, I was early out the box with my teaching. You know what I'm saying? But look, you know, we as the men that come to the rally, we come up to each other and ask each other where your baby's at too. Mentally and physically. Like if we in a nation where we saying that the babies is the greatest, and then somebody's asking you, all right, well, because otherwise, right, what are you doing amongst us? Being a 10%? You see what I'm saying?
Knowledge.
Right, you
Which
acknowledging.
I understand it so I can learn how to build with society and humanity.
Yeah, but see,
I can't understand when I fancy talk and Arabic and all this stuff. I can't even understand.
you can't understand it, then why you always talking it to us? See, look, like you said, you here to do the knowledge, right? But once the knowledge has been made born, then you got to save others. That's selfless savior, right?
Each one teach one.
Knowledge born.
Yeah.
So that's what the people are saying. Especially if they seen you for a length of time. Like, you know, if we've been seeing you for years, months, and days. And it's like, yo, we never see you bring nobody around here, man. Ever, the whole time. Then, yeah, you know. You know what I'm saying? You know, we going.
I tried, but the brother started boxing me outside on Tuesday. It was Magic God of Law. We started fist fighting. So I said, you gotta go. He's doing some stuff, so you gotta go.
That's a good reason. That's
I
a
don't know
good.
what she said, though. I'm not gonna repeat it.
That's a good reason for you to tell somebody to leave.
That actually don't even sound official.
Hmm?
Magic God of Allah, that sound mysterious.
The seagull was here, and then it was in the way, but no. And then what? The main place.
Magic God.
Oh, he got too many of them ciphers. He got too many herbs. He ain't trying to come. I can't be around certain people. Serious. I gotta get new people. I'll get them to the internet. They ain't fall poor seeds. I teach them. If I got T-Soy Arabia and T-Soy Arabia, go look. It's a mother civilization and fall civilization.
Whoa, hold on.
I'll teach
No.
real
Hold on. Hold on.
That's why you see.
Oh, so you're not teaching this though. You teaching something else to people overseas, right? You're not teaching this culture or saying that it's this culture, right?
Listen, if I gotta take the 120 lessons and go to Grand Ole Plaza and put the scanner and send it to email and send it out, I'll do it.
Hold on.
Because I want to out of my
Hold
face
on.
and out of my freaking cipher. I need my privacy. That's
okay, so
then
if you but see you can't but see by doing that that's devilishment.
No, but it's not. It's giving people each privacy so they can have their own mind to build.
If someone out there in the free world is trying to be taught and you're not qualified to teach, pass them on to somebody else and get your privacy. But if you're talking about the mother civilization, the father civilization, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and you don't have it right, then you creating a devil in the sense that somebody is going to go out there misguided and misdirected, and they're going to think that what they have is true. They're experimenting with high explosion.
Just make sure you study this first before you teach it, though.
Listen, most people about their jobs and education. Okay, I went to Mecca College. I have 45 college credits. They took it out. I was taking mass communications. An older teacher asked who's the B word. I got very offended, and I left. I used any excuse. He gave too much homework, so I used that. He said it was people the B word, and I went from social to mass communications, to social science and behavior. I already spoke in audiences. It's a B building, S building, all that. I wanted to complete Mecca College, and I had 2 incomplete. I tried to search for the teachers. One said I was too, what do you call them? It was too late, and the other teacher I couldn't find. So you don't know how hard it is, very competitive to be in there with the Caribbean and the Africans, and even the amount of that. Because before that, I'm in that gangsterism thing because you know people work by actions. They don't just work by mere word. You gotta do instead of just saying things out of your mouth. Because your word is born no matter whom you want.
Okay. Today's degree, today's degree in 1 to 14 is why does the devil call our people African? So you talking about the competition between the Caribbeans and the Africans and all that. We all one people. We all one
I'm talking
people.
about going to school, how competitive it was because the teachers were heavy patois. And I could barely understand what they were saying. I took all the classes back to back, remedial, all that stuff. I was in the SAS office, you know, student advocacy thing, and I was in the Caribbean Research Center.
Let me tell you something, life is competitive, not just school.
I wanted to keep going on until I got my bachelor's and finals. It didn't happen. People laughed at me because when I told them where I was living quarters and I was in the shelter, that's why I lost a lot of people.
Well, you gotta realize
because people judge. You don't judge nobody. You're not holding down attitude.
Before you keep going, you gotta realize that the devil called us African for a reason, so he can divide us. So if you keep getting yourself confused with all this different stuff, you're gonna mix yourself up and a bunch of nonsense that you don't want to be into. At the end of the day, we all black. I don't care where you from or what you think about, but that's just the truth. If you keep dealing with that division, you're not gonna be able to multiply.
But you know what's so crazy about that though? Cause like look at where we at though. You kind of gotta deal with it to a certain extent, cause that's where we are. Like you can't like.
But you still gotta deal with the truth.
No, listen, it's the truth. It's the truth. Like you deal with the truth.
It's magnetic.
It's to deal with the truth, but
you know what I'm saying? Have a full understanding from power. The truth is magnetic.
We deal with the truth, but the reality to the fact that not everybody deal with what we deal with. You know
then don't say but. Say we deal with the truth, and the truth is
there's no confusion there.
That everybody don't deal with what we deal. Don't say
no
but.
Confusion there. Like when you say but, you know, there's no confusion there, Lord.
That's not confusion. That's like but meaning like.
That's confusion.
Alright,
but rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes, God.
You don't want to question that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I see that.
That's the mindset of a lot of our people that we run into.
It's the mindset of everybody going. That was the mindset of me 2 months ago.
Like if you
go, you know how to deal with that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is don't use that as an excuse. That's what I'm saying by don't say.
Oh yeah, okay, that's
what you know how to deal with it.
I think you should be good now, though, right?
Yeah, I ain't seen nobody. I'm just going.
Yeah, nah, it's over like 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, I can't put no more money in there.
Yeah, nah, it's good.
Oh, okay.
It only go up to like 7.
Alright.
You could, yeah.
You gonna hear a couple squads coming through in a
like,
minute.
And that's just anybody. Like that's Bill Powers, anybody. You know what I'm saying? So anything, any person you want to deal with, white, black, I don't care where they from. You're gonna be able to say, yo, listen. Okay, this person been through something, they're a little confused, or they might think that we different. So how I'm gonna show them that, how I'm gonna show them our similarities.
You mean like as far as like on a one-on-one?
It depends on who you're dealing with. It just
that's what I'm saying. Like
it's universal.
Everything depends on like who and what you're dealing with.
It's
like
a fact.
Like dealing with the guards right here is different from me dealing with some niggas from Mount Vernon or something like something. It's all different depending upon where you at. So like you got it like for me, like I would say it as like she said African. We know that the devil, you know, created the word African. Like, I don't know it in a degree, but I do know that. Like it was one of those white dudes that named and actually like y'all are African. This is the land of Africana or whatever it was. But,
Africanus or whatever.
Alright, so let me reframe.
I don't know the degree, but you.
So not the degree. Let me reframe. Let's reframe it, right? As you said, this person is different, that person is different, this person is different, this situation is different, right? So you always got to start with what's the same first, right? You have to start with what you can change or what you can affect, right? Which is you. So no matter where you go, what situation you in, the one thing that stays the same is what? You.
Yeah.
That's what you start with, right? And then you work back to figure, alright, so when I'm around these people, how can I use my wisdom, right? To show and prove my power, right? Mm-hmm. So what do they see in me, or what is it that they see? You know, what is it that I'm doing? What is it that I'm pushing out to when people's around me? They see that I'm different from them, but different in a maybe I don't want to say better like they lower, but different in like I got it together. Yeah. What is it that's the magnetic that's attracting them to me? You say, yo, why is it that you doing it like this? Or yo, how you doing that? Or yo, how can I do this? Or even to apply it to school, when you say you're having issues as far as the competitiveness, what are you doing as far as your ways and actions in forming a plan? Peace. Putting together a schedule, saying like, all right, this is my 6-month plan, this is my 1-year plan. I'm gonna do this as far as school is concerned, as far as if you want to be serious about teaching, as far as the lessons is concerned, like the God always say intelligence is order. So you gotta put your priorities in order. Right? Put a plan together and then figure out how you're going to attack your plan. One day at a time, and then you go from there. You can't do it in a day, but you can't keep using the same excuse over and over again each day to say, this is my problem, that's my problem, that's my problem, that's my problem. And everything else is somebody else, but you're not, you know what I'm saying, you're not putting it on you. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta take the weight off of everybody else and put it on yourself.
Yeah, you a universe. That's in the alphabets. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to say to yourself, this is me. At the end of the day, that's a part of the universe. It's a part of something that somebody else is dealing with that I can help them out on. You know what I'm saying? You acknowledge yourself.
Yeah, I like what the God said though. He said, you stay the same. You stay. That's basically what I was trying to say.
Always.
But I see what you mean by the word "but" though. That "but" does cause confusion because it's like saying one thing and then trying to inquire and say something else.
Yeah, I got to scrutinize. I'm gonna have to scrutinize you on that because I already know the actual facts behind that. So I'm gonna have to go there. You know what I'm saying? With that.
With the word "but," right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you just anything that put that pause in, like you know what I'm saying, with how you thinking or how you speaking.
Yeah, that's how I be articulating myself. I don't articulate myself the right way in the way I should all the time. But the thought is there all the time. Because what he said was what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
So I like that. I mean, keep that in mind. Don't use the word "but" because that does cause confusion. The OD, I cause confusion. Yeah.
That's developing wisdom.
That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? See, when you just talking, you know what I'm saying, and then, you know, you ain't really got no method to what you saying, and there's no real, you know, there's no substance to it. You know what I'm saying? There's no learning. You understand what I'm saying? You know, when you building, you know what I mean, and you speaking this wisdom, and it's actually knowledge contained in that. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and it's precise. You know what I'm saying? Like when you, like you said, when you ain't really, when you just talking, right? You find yourself always having to justify what you said. Yeah, I didn't really mean that, or I really meant this, or now I'm not saying that, or now what I was really saying was this, or yo, now you're not understanding me. All that's because, say, remember earlier when I said the culture degree, and the brother said, see, you didn't say in the 1 to 14. See, then you might not know what he's saying. See, that's in the art of war. You ever seen that one where he said, look, if you give the orders and the orders is not clear, that's the fault of the leader. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? If you give the orders and the orders is clear and they still don't follow it, now that's their fault. You understand what I'm saying?
Listen, so you gotta realize that.
That's because you didn't use true wisdom when you were speaking. You understand what I'm saying? You was just talking and you went off course. You see what I'm saying? The wisdom, it didn't, like, you know, when I keep saying this, that when you deal with the science of Yakub, right, it tells you about the science of success. You see what I'm saying? Over time, over space. You see what I'm saying? It tells you why was he so successful in his undertakings. You know what I'm saying? See, because every word that he spoke was concise to what he meant. You understand what I'm saying? In order for the people to follow all his rules regards to what he told them to do, they had to understand what he was telling them. You understand what I'm saying? And then he was 33 when they went to Piedmont, right? And he only lived to be 150. So he didn't even get to the first phase. You understand what I'm saying? But those rules had to be that concise all the way going in order for them to still follow it all the way out. You see what I'm saying? So that's where the science of developing your wisdom to where, some of it is gonna be simple. Just in terms of, say like you first get the knowledge, it's gonna take you 2 paragraphs to say certain things. You know what I'm saying? You had the knowledge another 10, 15 years, it take you 2 sentences to say what you was gonna say in 2 paragraphs.
You're right to the point.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because your power is developing. You see what I'm saying? Your ability to use the words and know the words. See, like I said, there's a lot of words that we use the word, right? And we know the word from usage, but we don't actually know the definition of the word. You understand what I'm saying? There's some words that you use it every day, but if a person says, give me a definition for that, it's a little difficult. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But see, dealing with this science of the knowledge, man, where look, we go into everything and what it means. You know what I'm saying? We deal with studies where we learning new ideas, new concepts all the time because knowledge is infinite for us. You know what I mean? Some people, but once they leave school, that's about a wrap for learning. You know what I'm saying?
I had an issue with
that was me.
I had an issue with a brother, but
it was me to 94, 95.
They repeat the word belief to me and keep saying belief and belief system, and I'm like, I don't deal with the belief factor.
Anything.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is like a person that I knew for like over 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? He understands equality. I'm like, we've been having this conversation since we was younger. We done did some wild shit together, all that. But I'm like, how do you keep saying that word to me and trying to make me, go into that like it's convincing me or something like that? I'm like, listen, you can't even use that word around me. You gotta obliterate that word. It don't even sound right to me because when you deal with the word belief, you're dealing with confusion.
Belief is faith.
It's like I gotta think. I gotta hope. I'm dealing with mystery. I'm dealing with something spooky. So we couldn't to continue the conversation with him. He couldn't use that word in a sentence no more to me. It didn't sound right no more.
Substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen, and just don't really.
Some of the words just lead you down that
Christian
path,
definition of faith.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some of the words like belief and all that, it leads you down that same little stream of spooky. That's it's finna get spooky now,
Yeah,
that's how they do it. That's how they do it because
Yeah, see those things like that. It's important to pay attention to things like that. Especially when you first gain the knowledge, right? Because there's a lot of subconscious and unconscious ideas that constantly be coming out. You understand what I'm saying? And if you're not consciousness of what you're saying and doing, right? These thoughts and ideas are still going and they still manifesting. You know what I'm saying? You have to actively interrupt it. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you can't really tell when you're walking, right? When you just walking, you got to stop yourself. But because you walking, it's, you moving at a slow rate and it happens so subtly that you hardly notice. But see, when you running fast, now you notice when you got to stop. You got to go through a whole thing. You understand what I'm saying? thoughts is the same way. See what I'm saying? Where even like if you hate somebody, you gotta keep that thought going. Cause you know how you get tight with somebody, you forget what you was tight with them about?
Right.
That's because you didn't put enough energy into it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when you holding that type of grudge for somebody, that person is taking up a certain amount of your 7.5 brain houses.
I want to throw a degree out there. The understanding born degree in the 1 to 40. Now tell us, would you hope to live to see the gods take the devils into hell in the very near future? Yes, I fast and pray Allah that I see the hereafter when Allah in his own good time takes the devil off our planet. Can somebody sign this up? For me, I meditate sometimes, but the word pray is in that degree. And a lot of the gods here were building on like the word belief and how that's like a Christian concept, mystery God concept.
I see. Oh, right.
So how y'all see that in terms of fast and pray?
The word pray?
Right.
I feel like, well,
not prayer itself, but
that I can't tell you about that degree. So you talking about the word pray, that's different.
Anybody's gonna build, I build, but if somebody
as far as the word pray, we don't deal with that.
They physically getting down there like that. You just praise yourself.
But back in that time when they made the lessons, they were saying that towards each other, from them building around each other. I had a God say the same thing to me one time, like, it didn't sound right. I was in Medina, you know what I'm saying? And he said something about, himself, I pray this and that. But he been through a lot in his life. He did 20 years in jail. You know what I'm saying? So I told him, like, listen, I don't deal with the mystery God, nothing like that. No gods that probably did the same amount of time, they don't deal with it either. Right. But for some excuse, he wanted to use that as a,
he was God?
As a threshold. Yeah.
Wait, he was making salat?
Huh?
He was making salat?
Nah, he had the flag on, he had everything. I was building with him, and it just didn't sound right to me. Wow. So I'm like, yo, God, I don't build on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't go that far with it as far as me saying the word pray to you and I'm going to give you the mystery God. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Around the time of these lessons, maybe they built on that and they used that word, because of whatever they was going through at the time. It's a different time.
Right. See what you just did right there? I was waiting for somebody to say that.
I was going to build on
that.
Now
listen, when we're going through all this, we need a definition of the word pray. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's what I said. See how you start going all around and the person say, well, this is what pray mean to me. That's what pray mean to me. That's what pray. What does pray mean?
So it says, address a solemn request or expression of thanks to a deity or other object of worship. So it's not, you can't even pray to yourself. So it's like,
I feel like it's talking to yourself.
It doesn't add up.
Be showing your own faith.
But at that type of time that they was on, okay, it's fine for that. But we know for a fact that doesn't work out.
It's not even so much the timing they was on. It's who they were. It's who the degree come from. The degree come from Muslims. So remember, Elijah was the wisdom God. So they're thinking to them, Farad is God in person. So of course they're gonna pray because they looking at something other than themselves. But the way I see the degree is one is we all deal with fasting, right? So we know what fasting is. That's just mental discipline, right? That's mental discipline.
Yeah, the guy's explaining your question right now. Yeah, he already told you.
So we dealing with fasting. That's the mental discipline. So we disciplining the mind and the body. And I see praying as you pray when you teach.
Right.
You teaching. It ain't no this, it ain't no this, it ain't no nothing. You know what I'm saying? When you showing and proving the laws of mathematics to whoever it is that's in your cipher, you praying.
Right.
How else you think you gonna take the devil into hell, right? Except to take him off your planet. How you take him off your planet? By living out your mathematics.
Right.
So you can't wait. We not waiting for some spookiness to happen for the devil to be gone. We got to do something physically to make him gone. So how we do something physically? What? Fasting, mental, physical discipline, and teaching. When we teach, we get rid of anything negative that's within our square.
Well, to tell you the truth, everybody gonna look at it differently. But I don't look at that word pray and apply it to my cipher like that. I deal with the word knowledge, and I go further with that word knowledge, and I build on people's mentalities. You know Now I deal with understanding, and I apply it to my culture. Like I said, around that time, Elijah Muhammad couldn't barely read. When Master Farad came around to teach him, if you do the history, he didn't even know his words. You know, Master Farad came from Bolivia. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, no, Bolivia.
Yeah. So where'd he come from? Where was he at?
To my knowledge, he came from the east.
Yeah, overseas.
Oh.
From the east.
Bolivia is in South America.
Oh, he's from. Well, look it up. Just look it up.
From Bolivia?
That's from what I learned. You came from Bolivia, and it was a little messed up out there. You know what I'm saying?
W.D. Farr?
W.D. Farrar, Wallace Farrar. You know what I'm saying?
Well, where you research this at?
I read into this.
Yeah, I'm saying where you read it at?
I read into this years ago.
There's lots of theories about Fard.
Right. But regardless of that,
he's Pakistani, he's Australian, you know.
But when he came over here, they thought he was white. He looked like a white man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Bolivia don't look. Bolivia is a South American country, God.
I will build on that when you get a chance. But back to what I was saying, that has nothing to do with, because I don't care about where we from.
I know, but
I'm not gonna deal with when you go back to lesson 114 and tell you about African and how they try to divide us. But back to what this is the point of what I'm trying to get to. The point of what I'm trying to get to is this. Now, I know Elijah Muhammad couldn't barely read, he didn't know certain things. Now, Master Farad taught him. So of course he's gonna look at him like, oh yeah, this is some mysterious, this is God. They put him on a pedestal. And you know, Farad at the same token, he was naming people in the temple of Allah. He was giving them that name. He knew that the black man was God. He taught that. But, you know, Elijah Muhammad was part of the 10%. He did what he wanted to do with the lessons. You know what I'm saying? And that's a reality that we got to deal with. But these lessons are for us to learn and teach knowledge at the end of the day.
See, these are conspiracy theories concerning Elijah Muhammad and Fard. You know what I'm saying? We don't really have another source for Fard and his history besides Elijah. Like those other things that you're talking about, those are different investigations that occurred. You know what I'm saying? Some of what you're saying, you know, Elijah Muhammad had a 3rd grade education. But education doesn't really equal intelligence or ability.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, for me, right, being a person who had a 9th grade education, you know what I'm saying, an 8th grade education, when I got the knowledge, you know, Elijah Muhammad having a 3rd grade education was right. You know what I'm saying? It was right in line. You understand what I'm saying? Because you know, at that time I had only completed the 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? So at knowledge power, that was a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
But of course we deal with the lessons of the fall, but he made understand understood.
Yeah. Now look, and that's what I was getting ready to say, right? Is that absolutely we gotta bring, you know, everything in the lessons up to date. You see what I'm saying? So there's different things in the lessons, right? Where it says, for instance, my name is W.F. Muhammad, right? My name is not W.F. Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, when it tells you that something happened, you know, a certain amount of years ago, 551 years ago, right? We know that it's not 551 years now.
Add on.
You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, by the same token, what the brother is saying, or what he was saying earlier was, you know, there's terminologies in there that got to be brought up to date. You know what I'm saying? Now, at the end of the day, praying, right, is people talking to God. Now, they do it in different ritualistic ways. You know what I'm saying? But in the degrees, right, it says, I fast and pray a lot. It doesn't say I fast and pray to Allah.
That's what I was saying.
You see what I'm saying? So like getting back to what he was saying also is that they, these are people and their understanding who, God is somebody, gotta be here at 2:30.
For that time in like 1930s.
Right.
Right.
But I'm saying, even up until this day and time right now, you understand what I'm saying? We still gotta speak to God to take the devil off the planet. It's just not in that form of what they thinking because of who they think God is. You know what I'm saying? But in order for if a person is out there somewhere, right, and they the 85%, the only way for them to deal with this signs, they got to come amongst us. You understand what I'm saying? Without dealing with this signs, like see, the 22nd was the 22nd was just Allah's born day. You understand what I'm saying? You at least on this poor part of the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? There could be some other people, but they haven't made themselves known like we have. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's peace. That's well, yeah. You just hit me on the jump off. I didn't get a chance to see it because I'm live.
Yeah, it was about something petty, but I'm hearing that there's a bigger concern going on.
Man, listen, I'm concerned out for the week, man. Yeah.
But, back to what I was saying, like I said, everybody gonna look at it totally different. They're not gonna look at it the same sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't deal with the word, I don't deal with that word pray, I don't deal with no mystery God, I don't deal with the word
I know
belief.
what you're
I don't
saying.
deal with nothing spooky, I don't deal with nothing I gotta think or try to make an understanding for. I deal with what I can see, feel, hear, or touch.
Yeah, but see, what you just doing with right there, you still building the understanding for me. You see what I mean? Within
Always.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, within a certain world. So I understand what you're saying in terms of if you're dealing with people, you may not want to confuse them by using certain terms. You know what I'm saying? But see, if you do that, right, you also going to end up being afraid of certain kinds of knowledge.
Nah, I study everything.
Yeah,
You're supposed to teach everything.
But you but see, some of this knowledge, it has the words in it that you find that you don't want to use.
That's why you got to
So,
things, and you got to take it for what you want, and whatever you don't.
Right.
You leave
Okay.
it to the
So
side.
now, when you take it for what you want, you still got to give it a meaning. Like in other words, when you deal with that degree, do you just say, well, the first line don't have no meaning, and then you go to the second line, or do you say, all right, this is what this means?
Well, there's certain things I've been questioning. I build with different people to get how they feel about it, and I deal with whatever facts might come along. You know what I'm saying? And for me, building is the greatest thing you can do with someone, because you could always add on. But you gotta still be able to destroy certain things that don't add up. Take down, tear away, or obliterate. And that's an act of God.
So if you was going through the degree, since you say you don't deal with anything mysterious,
Now, I'm not talking about that degree, Lord. I'm building on something with him. I'm not talking about that no more. That's said and done.
Yeah, but I'm still, what I'm saying is that there's, like for instance, right? When I left Christianity, right, that was years before I got the knowledge. So by the time I got the knowledge, right, I had already developed a block in my mind for the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then when I get to 120, there goes the Bible again.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying?
So
that's what I'm saying.
There's certain things in the Bible. If you read, I did Bible study and all that. Mm-hmm. My grandmother was a Baptist in the church. My other grandmother was a Presbyterian. Mm-hmm. So there's certain things in the Bible I'm looking at that, I said, Grandma, what is this? Or, and I would take it back to him. When you read the book of Psalms, you go into Psalms 82. You see the Bible start to contradict itself and you question certain things. But you got to still be able to add on.
Right.
Regardless.
And that's what I'm saying, why certain words that you saying, right, it might be a word like spirituality. You know what I'm saying? This was another term that I had thrown out, you know what I'm saying, because I threw it out with religion. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of history, right, that we might miss out on if we X out the word spirituality. You see what I mean? Because like you said, you know, or like, you know, when I was saying earlier that, look, I don't know if you was here when I was saying that when you deal with the Egyptian science, right, the snake don't mean the same thing that it means in the Abrahamic traditions.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So if they saying a snake did this or a snake did that, right, and you already have that block in your mind that a snake is something negative, right, then you would discount that. You understand what I mean? Like, I understand what you're saying in terms of the word praying. Like, we know what this has been associated with all this time. So you wouldn't go right now if you building with somebody that's new, somebody in your neighborhood or somebody in your family, you know what I'm saying? Or if we was at the hospital and people was like, yo, we're gonna have a prayer circle over this person, right? You may not participate in that because of what that is.
That's a fact.
But that don't mean that that's the totality of what the word means.
But certain words, you know, I elaborated on, and you know, I came straightforward, and there's a reason why I question, you know, at the end of the day. But
yeah. That's a good reason.
You know,
listen, if it could be a word, it could be a word that you know, it don't necessarily have to have a religious connotation. But what I'm saying is that even when we use the word God, right, to some people that's still a religious connotation. Yeah. They never see what we're saying.
Allah or Lord.
You understand?
People want you to say Allah because they feel more comfortable with you.
So that's what I'm saying.
You know what
it's the same thing. Pray is just another word that it's been that mentality has been invested into it by religious people. So that's what people get out of it because religious people deal with it. You see what I mean? And but that don't necessarily mean that that's what it is.
That's the truth, man. Don't make it right and exact either.
An older person told me, and I adapted this particular elder's understanding of it, that prayer was when we petition our higher self, and meditation is when we receive the answer, but it's all not dealing with anything mysterious. The prayer is a part of supplicating or asking yourself those questions and going to your higher mind. And then contemplating those answers of meditation was a process of higher levels of thinking. I also just flipped it and said, I just put an E in my prayer. You know, that's the type of prayer I do. I'm a prayer because I'm taking that action. So those are the two ways I look at it. And then the whole thing of the Bible contradicting itself. It's not a cohesive book. It's made of 66 different books.
No, but I read actual scriptures in there that do.
But is that a contradiction of duality? For instance, the lion is seen as being, they said that Satan was like a lion, but then again they said Jesus is like a lion in another thing. So is it a contradiction or is it a duality?
That's up to you to figure out.
Exactly. You're cutting my wisdom though.
You go out of your own world.
You're cutting my wisdom though.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. But you're talking right now.
I'm not.
Because I was about to agree with you. Like you just said, that it's about how you see it. And I was saying it's about your own understanding. But you cut me off before I had a chance to say that.
I'm not cutting your wisdom, man. You can say what you want to say.
If that's what you see.
Yeah, but just in general, you know, my advice is just, you know, see, is a certain thing of having understanding. You understand what I mean? Like, when you use certain words, right, it may make it easier for some people to understand you. You know what I mean? But in order to have understanding, there's a lot of words that's out there, right, that is science involved with. But people take it to a religious extent. You know what I'm saying?
That could blind you. That could blind you. You're dealing with the deaf, dumb, and blind part of it. And that's
but it's not always deaf, dumb, and blind. This is what I'm saying. Right now, it could rain. Rain is real. There's a science behind it. There's nothing mysterious about it. However, there's people that assign it religious, God is crying,
Right.
the angels. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what it is. A religious person is gonna make it religious. You know what I'm saying? Like there could be a mark on this chalkboard. A religious person is gonna say this is the Virgin Mary. You see what I mean? And people gonna travel from all over the planet to come and see the Virgin Mary weeping.
But then you might as well be a part of the 10% if you're gonna do it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, they the 85% because they really believe that. You understand what I'm saying? The 10% is the ones who teach that.
Yeah, so if you're saying that, then you're teaching the same thing you're teaching the same basic thing.
What?
I missed the lead.
If a brother, if you teaching certain things that you might not have learned or might not have read, what you doing then? You gotta think about that because I done read into this already. I'm not questioning it no more. I don't question my history.
Well, what have you read into that you say it can't be questioned? That's history.
This is far as certain things that I went into for my own thinking, my own way of thinking. Because everybody gonna study things on their own, and they're gonna get their own truths and their own lies out of it. So it's how you build it on your own for yourself. At the end of the
Okay,
day.
so what you're saying is that you've completed all colleges and universities
That's not
on
what I'm
certain
saying.
topics.
That's not what I'm saying at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say I'm this brainiac or nothing like that. No, I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of things that I do need to learn. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But there's certain things that I did with the history and actual facts for me to know who I am. And I'm not questioning who I am. If another brother wants to go there with it, then fine. You know what I'm saying? And that's on his line of thought. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
see, now this is my point. What I'm saying though, if you saying that you've already studied certain things and you're not gonna question that, right? Then at that point, you saying you've completed all the studies dealing with that. There's no more light to be given. Knowledge may be infinite, but you're beyond that.
I'm not saying there's no more light to be given because I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I make mistakes.
Right.
I've done things I wasn't supposed to do. But at the end of the day, as far as me, doing the knowledge and learning and observing, I've applied it with respect. You know what I'm saying? I've applied it with respect to my life. You know what I'm saying? And how I'm living. So now, at the end of the day, like if someone says something to me, and depending on my atmosphere, like if I'm at work or if I'm at work, I'm gonna build on it and I'm gonna add on to it. Like, yo, listen, we can do this like this. But this person, you can't say everything to this person like that. Especially what I do, I sell cars. And I deal with real estate from time to time. So if I go to a dealership, I can't come off a certain way. I gotta come off with respect. I gotta let everybody say what they want to say. And then I gotta go back to my corners with my manager and try to build on how I'm gonna sell this person a car.
Mm-hmm.
On you know what I'm saying? On what they want. It's not easy doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy doing that. And that person has to trust me to give me their personal information.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So with my life and how I deal with things, I gotta deal with things for what they are, not for what my mind wants and creates it to be.
Yeah, but that's kind of what it seems that you've done though. Like you've defined praying for yourself in a particular way, right? That nobody else in here necessarily sees. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not gonna say that because if you sit down and build on it, you can build on whatever you want and take it however you want to take it to, as far as your life goes and how important that is to you.
Well, how important is the dictionary definition of a word?
It's a fact.
That's what I'm saying. He defined the word as speaking to God.
It says
Worship. That's what it says.
it says speaking to a deity, and then they use the word or. So I was going to say before I left that I seen praying as it's like asking a solemn. Solemn means it would be like formal. You know what I'm saying? So like a formal question. So basically, if I formally ask you a question, and you God, or I could be kind of praying to you based on that definition. And the other word was or worship. So it's two, like he was building me earlier on where the word all goes. So it can go either way. Like if I formally ask you a question, if I take you out, maybe take you to dinner or something, you know what I mean? Formal. That could be a form of praying.
No, hold up. Let's keep going. What does the word worship mean?
Well, I don't know what worship is.
I bet you praise is up in there. Praise.
Because see, that's what we do, right? When we see each other and we say peace, Almighty.
That's crazy.
Or what? Yeah, whatever. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
praying is we speaking to God. Like right now, right? It say I fast and pray that we're gonna see this day, right? What we doing in here right now?
Building. We add no.
We speaking to God.
That's true. That's true.
You understand what I'm saying?
That part of it is true, but for me, I'm not using that word pray in my cipher, my personal cipher. That's not something that I build on.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You
You
know
say you don't want to use the word.
I don't use words that's going to confuse anything that
But if you go with that definition, it don't confuse.
Alright, so I get where the miscommunication is, right? See, what I was saying was giving my understanding to the quotation of the degree. You understand? In my life, I'm not gonna sit here and put two hands together and do X, Y, or Z. I'm saying I heard it go, I think ago. What I'm saying is you quote a degree and then you expound on it. So if I'm quoting a degree, I'm not gonna change the word. You understand what I'm saying? But in my personal life, no, I'm not praying. I ain't putting hands together. I'm not doing this. I don't get on my knees before I go to bed. I don't get on my knees before when I wake up. I don't put my hands together before I eat my food unless it's because I got hand sanitizer and wiping my hands. That's it.
But see, this is what I'm saying. Y'all are all, and to me, right? You're caught inside of the Christianity where you came from. Meaning that, you have other cultures, right? That when they go to the grave site, they put food on there instead of flowers. You see what I'm saying? You know, every religion don't do the same thing, you know, when they worshiping or they praying. Like, y'all are looking at it only from the context of the Abrahamic traditions. You see what I'm saying? Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. In the way that it was manifested by the religious people who was involved with that. Not according to the full cultures where they came from, but according to the thin slice of religious people like Tariq and Constantine in the Sanhedrin. Y'all are not talking of, that's why I said, look, when you read the Bible in general, right, you gotta know how to read it. So see, like what you're saying is a good example. I don't recommend the Bible to most people because I know they don't know how to read it.
Or they don't read it, period, and they try to tell you to read it.
That's the truth. But look, even if they tell you to read it, you still have to know how to read it. You see what I'm saying? Just like, see, when one thing he was saying a minute ago when you were saying, see, in the Bible, right, it's not one book for you to read straight through. The Bible is like, what was that? The nursery tales.
Aesop's Fables.
Aesop's Fables is like that too, but I'm talking about the one where the old Miss Hubbard lived in the cupboard. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But it's a one name for that book that they got all of them.
Mother Goose.
Mother Goose.
Oh yeah.
Right, now look, Mother Goose is a collection of a whole bunch of different stories that if you try to read the old woman in a shoe with the spider that climbed up the spout, it's not going to make sense together because they separate stories inside of one book. So like he said, the Bible, it got 66 books now. Look, the King James Bible, the Catholic Bible, I think got 81 books or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's carried down from before when they had the Council of Nicaea.
Right. The Byzantine Bible got a different amount of books.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. For everything, if we define it by this narrow slip of what we've known it as all this time, but I'm saying if we take that mentality out and just look at what was said, you're talking to God. I talk to God every day. You ain't hear Muhammad Ali when he said, "I talk to God every day." He told me I was gonna beat this cat. You ain't never heard Muhammad Ali say that? Yeah.
You older than us, God.
Yeah. But yeah, I talk to God every day. You see what I'm saying? It has a religious connotation to religious people because that's how they see it. You see what I'm saying?
That's how you draw it up.
Yeah, that's how they draw it up.
But yet they don't see it because they're blind, deaf, and dumb.
You see what I'm saying?
According to this definition, it goes according to me talking to you right now. Asking you a question because it says to ask a question. It's not even like just talking. It says ask a question, a formal question like that. So to pray. That's how I would say it. Like,
What's today's mathematics? Is that not a formal question?
Wisdom, power, born God.
No, I mean, I'm just going by the definition. Instead of asking a formal question.
Now, the definition of pray was to a solemn request. So.
And he's saying the question when he asked you, "What's today's mathematics?"
I was praying.
That's a solemn request.
I see what you're saying.
That's a solemn request. Listen. Especially if he don't know. When he shows up to ask you, "Yo, God, why you saying that? What's this mathematics thing about?"
Wow.
He's making a solemn request to take the devil off his planet. But see, the way I said it is just you and him. There's no person up there.
Yeah.
There's no Holy Ghost involved. That's what make it religious. They had to sit down and think of how to make the truth religious. That's what the Council of Nicaea was. When they sat down and said, "Listen, we're going to be Shiites and we're going to be Sunnis," they sat down and thought of how they going to make this thing religious. Because at first it wasn't. You understand what I'm saying? Some of the things you see in the Bible, right? See, that's about teaching. When it tells you to marry in the Immaculate Conception. See, because all of us is here right now, nobody had to have no sex with nobody for us to be brothers and sisters. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it's telling you, that's about furthering the education through the mind. The Immaculate Conception. You know what I'm saying? When it tells you in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. That's why some people worship Mary.
Peace to the cypher.
Peace, black man. That's why some people worship Mary. Yeah, because she was the Word.
There's a lot of brothers out here worshiping a woman. I don't understand that.
They got caught up in the Word.
The Christians call it the De Guadalupe.
Yeah.
The Spanish version.
Yeah.
See, that's how I count it.
Yeah.
Some people.
Oh yeah, that was another question I had.
Right.
Who's this?
Peace, goes.
Please, God.
Who's that? Hmm? Peace, black man. John. Huh? Did you maintain? You came to class? Alright. Find the book right there? Oh yeah, you said you had a question.
Yeah, because he had just said, you said Kemet, right?
No, he said something to me.
He's building on basically the science of the people.
Peace. What's up?
Woman, like,
Oh,
Yeah, peace.
stuff like that.
I was gonna say, like, who do y'all see as the very first civilization?
Yeah,
What was it? And if there is a difference, what was the difference between the Kemetic civilization and like the Nubian civilization? What kind of find that science as far as reading goes? Because I seen it. Dealing with ancient Kemet and then dealing with the Nubians. Is there a difference?
You talking about history or you talking about
I didn't
teachers?
get a chance.
Like just history in general. Like where is they in different parts of the land?
Yeah.
I seen it.
Google it, fam.
I said what?
Google it.
Nah, but see, when you go to
I don't
Google,
understand what's the question?
Is there a difference between the ancient Kemetic civilization and the Nubians? That's my question in plain words.
Well, to my knowledge, the Kemet came from Nubia.
See, I don't know.
That's why I
Yeah,
say Google it.
Nah, but see, when I went on Google, it give you what is it?
See, what you gotta do too is like, one thing is when you looking for any information that you looking to, and you trying to decipher what's real from what's fake, you gotta kind of go to the source of the information and vet the source. To see like how respected is that source of information. You know what I'm saying? When dealing with those sciences, there's you could look up like John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, people like that's black historians. You know what I'm saying?
I don't watch a lot of they
That's what you can do.
a lot of
You got
the
to watch
videos,
them. I used to live
Dr.
right
Clark
by
and
Oaks
John
High
Henry,
School, man.
they don't get into depth about the
I just was
difference
out Queens
between
the other
them.
day.
Like
having a
he
phone.
mentioned they'll mention ancient Kemet and they'll make another reference to Nubia.
You know they got books too, right?
I don't know books to get.
But you gotta go off.
They're authors. Those brothers are authors.
But if you stick with
Of
them
books.
three,
Oh, okay.
if you stick with them and this other guy, Ivan Van Sertima,
Yeah.
they pretty much, cause he takes everything that they did and he'll go extra with it, and he'll dice that up into little fragments and break it down for you. You know, it's like his terminology is a little crazy because he's got like a foreign tongue a little bit, like I don't know, he might speak another language too, but he real proper with his English.
See, he's not. I don't think that he's. I don't think he was raised in America.
So maybe
I
in the
think
Caribbean or
Caribbean,
something.
yeah. Because
yeah.
I watched the interview and he got
Heinrich or Clark.
But he be dead on, man. He be dead
I
on
don't
as
know.
far as.
But I'll send you if you use
Cause
Amazon, you can get some of the
that
books
back to
used
Black
for
Arabs
reasonable
and-
price. I show you the
Golden Age
Yeah,
of
yeah,
War.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of books that people be studying from, his name is on them. It just be study guides.
I'm trying to find a book based on like
Demonstration of black civilization.
Based on
The
who?
thing is, it's not a book.
It's many different books.
Yeah, so sometimes you're gonna have to. You might have to get 10 books and find there might be some of what you want in here, some of what you want in there, some, and you're gonna have to piece it together. You know what I'm saying? But I send you the books. If you use Amazon, you can get a lot of them used.
Yeah,
You can get them much cheaper than to buy them brand new.
Yeah. I got Message to the Black Man for $6.
Oh yeah, that's the book. That's an excellent book, man.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
I read that.
I'm bugging on God.
That's the
I got a
one.
physical copy. I got it on the Apple Books. I don't really like it like that.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like I like to turn pages,
Yeah,
man. Like I can't go on an iPad and sit there and
Be
read
flicking.
a 300-page book doing this and then
Yeah,
this.
that's not the same.
Yeah,
I just got the book because I couldn't wait to deliver it.
How many like books you already read?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot.
See, that's what it is. I'm just saying, just in general speaking, it's like this is a whole other journey. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you just starting out. A lot of these questions you have, right? The answers is right there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's books that you gonna find and everything, but even the whole section of the bookstore or the whole section of the library that you go in is about to change. You understand what I'm saying? Like the things you interested in from the time you even go in there. You know what I'm saying? When you looking up words in the dictionary, it's about to be different words than you was looking up before. You see what I'm saying? You know, foods that you getting ready to start liking is gonna be foods you never ate before. You understand what I'm saying? You know, certain things like, you know, I remember when I used to see people with crowns on and be like, yo, what is that about? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then after I had the knowledge, I seen somebody like, yo, son, that crown is dope. Yo, you seen the guy crown, yo? You understand what I'm saying? Like your whole, you know, sensibilities can begin to change. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ever knew somebody that they might have lived in New York, right? And then they moved down south. And then the next time you seen them, they was playing some down south music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They whole sensibilities being immersed in that other cipher start to change. And it's positive and negative. See, like I always tell y'all, you gotta stick with your lessons, you gotta stick with building. Because we out here in this greater society where you could blend in the same way and start to pick up assimilation, bring what they say, assimilation bring about, you know, destruction of who you was.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Association bring about assimilation. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So the same way, you know, you could assimilate out there and blend into being at 85%, you know what I'm saying? Right now, coming in this mist, see, just being in the mist, all of a sudden, you got questions about things like, hold up, you just said that. So, you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The whole way you look, when you listen to people speaking, the parts of the conversation that you're interested in is going to change. You know what I mean? Some things a person might have said to me before I had the knowledge, and I'm like, yo, tell me more about that. You know. Now a person said to me, I'm like, all right, look, Holmes.
I know where that's going.
Yeah. I'm already right here. You leave.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, all these things, they going, you know, those books is right there. You know, like this brother right here, he was saying, check out John Hiram Clark, Naeem Akbar.
Yeah, Naeem.
They got Van Sertima.
Akbar goes into Egypt.
Van Sertima, he got here. Sheikh Anta Diop.
Akbar, man.
Chancellor Williams, yeah.
I'm
gonna get you right in this class. I those books out.
And you heard Dr. Ben.
Yeah, I ain't heard nothing about
Dr. Ben too.
Yeah, I met
Like
that.
those are some of the authors
I met
that hold on, wait till I finish speaking.
Sorry.
Those are some of the authors that brothers were saying to check out. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, once you start becoming familiar with their writings, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the information what you was asking right there about them is right in there. You know what I'm saying? What you were saying now, Amina?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a gift, and then what time is it?
20 after 9.
Okay, because I gotta be up in that piece, right? And you know, saying like, nation is a birthright is only sung in the story. Number 9. So like I said, I'm trying to keep building no matter where I'm travel and stuff. So that's that. And with that, I'm about to bounce.
Okay. So yeah, we got Black Observation. This the Black Observation that came here and helped us out in the yard, right? It's Black Observation right here. He Kareem also recommended destruction of black civilization.
That's by Chancellor Williams. Right?
Chancellor Williams.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you about.
Y'all ever heard of a book called
Carter G. Woodson,
Miseducation of the Negro.
John G. Jackson, J.A. Rogers.
Black Skin, White Mask.
J.A.
My
Rogers got a
friends
whole
Fanon.
bunch of books.
793rd.
Superman the Man.
That right there is
793rd recommended. 793rd recommended the ISIS Papers.
About Dr. Francis Cress Weston. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
book. That was like a series of essays, so that's easier to read because you could.
That was very popular in the late 80s.
The ISIS Papers.
The ISIS Papers.
Yeah.
Just because of the name, you know, X-Clan had a sister out named Isis, and just that whole little era in the late 80s was real conscious, man.
Yeah, yeah.
If you came up doing it wasn't no way in.
Yo, God, ask the room how they see the Black Root Science book.
The what?
Black Root Science. If anybody familiar, what's they see on that?
Is
As far as
anybody
dealing with this culture and that book.
Black Root Science?
That's a fact.
Yeah, I never heard of that one.
Actually, I'm
Has
sure somebody.
has anyone out there heard of the book Black Root Science?
You don't know.
I see it.
I can't even pronounce the author's name, so I'm not gonna try and mess their name up. But I just want to know what anybody's thoughts on the book was.
That's right, yeah. But listen, I can't say that.
Yeah, exactly.
Marty Hope, Marty Mancho,
Yeah, that's what
Marty
I'm saying.
Mancho.
I'm not going.
Modi Mancho. Modi Mancho.
Don't have the author's name.
That's all one word, huh? Modi Mancho.
I think it's two names, but that's like the first one.
No, it's
True 120. After you started all that trouble, now you just talking again. True 120 said they came before Columbus.
Stolen Legacy.
Yeah, Stolen Legacy.
George James. They say they killed him for right now.
Stole who?
Stolen Legacy.
Stolen Legacy. Written in 1954.
Now, who wrote that?
George G.M. James.
Shaquem said, don't forget Tony Browder.
Somewhere.
You get it.
I've seen it somewhere before.
And you gonna be loaded up.
Yeah, Tony
You
Browder.
gonna be loaded up by the time you yeah.
Peace to Shaquem, that's my popular attribute too.
You better hurry up and study your lesson.
The only good thing is some of the books is not that not that long. Like to me,
Well,
it
yeah,
miseducation of the Negro and Superman the Man.
Universal said Black Root Science is mixed and tampered with.
That's why I asked the question, God, because that's what I want to see. I bought the book, but I never read it. Because when I opened it up, I said, yo, something don't look right. Like, so some of the stuff it was saying, I said, nah, I don't even know if I want to. I don't know if I want to be. I'm rooted. Anybody gonna try to take you into deep space?
Right.
So I was like,
Yeah, you got your foundation, you know, stick, keep it, you know, stuck to it.
Foundation, man.
I go find somebody comedic and
That's the knowledge.
make them get them a donation. or
Got
something
fly
like that.
phrase.
Right.
Yo.
Yeah, the only book I can say I read in this being complete was How Not to Die by Michael Revin. That was just a book on how to keep your body and the perfect alkalinity.
When you say that's the only book you read, like a conscious book, or there's a book for a total book in general, like a full book.
Conscious book.
So what other books have you read that's not conscious? Like just books that you read.
I read like 1 or 2 Harry Potters, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying, right? Oh, I forgot the name of the book. I wasn't really a reader.
Yeah,
like,
read
I
the
wasn't
Coldest
really-
Winter Ever?
Nah.
Word? Surprise.
Was it Coldest Winter ever?
Yeah. The reason I ask that question is some people like to read even before they become conscious. They just like to read. So they'll read different things throughout the course of their life. And then once they become more conscious, then the material that they read changes, but their love for reading is still the same. That's why I asked you.
Nah.
Black Observation said they cut 4,000 years off our ancient history. Why? The most asked question. what is this about?
I ain't really come. Was that what we're talking about?
Said they cut 4,000 years off of history.
Yeah.
Off our history.
Why they cut that off?
Yeah.
Yeah, he asked why, but I'm wondering where's the 4,000 years?
Yeah, I didn't become no type of like conscious on this level until, like I told you, my sister-in-law died. Like, that's opened up that door for me. I already wasn't dealing with Christianity, but I just wasn't dealing with Christianity. I was just out here, like.
Right.
Then once that happened, like, I was like, nah, not everybody that's a Christian can be dying of this disease, and like the God they praying to, like,
Right.
numbers is ridiculous. Like, dealing with cancer.
Yeah.
That's why I read that. That's why I read that book, that How Not to Die book. That's how I learned about telomere health and all that stuff. Like, dealing with yourself. Like, I didn't become no.
There's a book on Yaqub and the making of the devil.
Don't tell me Wakil made it.
I mean, I think don't Elijah Muhammad got a book on Yaqub though?
I seen it online.
Stacky B.
Yeah, I thought I
It's Shakim said The Ruins of Empires by C.F. Volney.
I did see that. It's a couple, like some books that.
Peace.
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 Yeah, he do. Yaqub, the father of mankind.
Yeah,
I
I seen it.
Yeah, I know I seen that before.
I seen it, but I don't know. I never seen it back in the day, so that's
Who
why
wrote
I
it?
kinda,
Elijah
Elijah
Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Alright.
That's what I'm saying. I never seen it back in the days, though. There used to be a lot of nation cats around us. I'm talking about a lot. I used to be like one of my aces. He was
Where
straight
you
up
from,
nation.
son?
Milwaukee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he used to be straight up, man. Bow tie. Cause I used to be going to the masjid. I'm like, come on to the masjid. He like, all right, I'm gonna go to the masjid. He come in with his bow tie on. He sit there, listen. And he like, see, now it's your turn. Now you gotta come over here. So I go over there and listen to them, you know? And it was like, it was more NOI, like where I was at, man. Like, it was just like, they was everywhere, man. Like, everywhere.
Well, you ain't too far from
Black
Chicago and
observation.
Detroit, so that explains why.
Yeah, but.
Black
All of a
observation
sudden,
said the answer is in
just flooded.
student enrollment.
You been to Detroit too?
He said.
Yeah, I visited D.
He said
Yeah.
why 4,000 years of history was cut out is in the student enrollment.
It's peace out there. It's peace. It's just done got a little bit
Yeah.
more.
I want to know what's the 4,000 years from when to when.
Probably more laid back than ever now that they got the bud out there now. That's they got dispensaries, man. They got lines.
It's gotta be something in the knowledge cipher.
They got lines around the corner. So that's keeping everybody at bay. Everybody pretty much
What is the
is quite tranquil state. Because my cousins came
What
down
is
this
the
summer
birth record
that I had never
of
met before.
Sad nations,
And her husband and her came down with their kids.
Cause see, that's what
I'm
they
talking
want
about
to
story
do.
about
Now
Detroit.
that
They say
cipher
Detroit can get back.
that
to,
word said, right?
two major
Said is
companies
means
they left.
something is not.
Reveal.
That's what everything
It's
started
not been proven.
Reveal said he got a book that a white lady wrote
That's
I met a girl
for the NOI.
birth
I should
record.
work for a car company. She got laid off out there.
They have a
Yeah, it's
beginning,
real
right?
big
But
like
they
that.
said nations
Then
is
you go on a little bit north of there, Flint.
we
They got the worst water in
nations.
America.
Everything else is said because it's alleged, not confirmed. You know?
So,
That's why.
but I mean, as far as the
Say
D,
you
I
did.
never seen
That's
no
why I
dogs
went
in the
to
D.
the born degree.
When I was up there, I never seen none.
You
I
see,
think
it's
it's
the
a D.
word said is before the birth record, but you see the word said is not
I
before.
went through there one
Nation.
time, and I actually
You know what I'm
stayed
saying?
there one time. So.
True 120 said the guy needs to leave the Bible alone and deal with comedic science.
And I didn't see none.
This is why I asked you about the references to scripture in the knowledge born degree and the lost and found Muslim lesson number 2. Well, what's going to be the difference? What's the major difference of leaving the Bible alone and dealing with comedic science?
You know, I drive trucks, so you know.
Yeah.
But when I got something to feel.
Her last name is Fard.
Fard. Or Farad.
She says it's a white lady named Fard that has a book on Yaqub.
That's a devil trickology and snakeology.
I don't even know to believe that first book that Elijah Muhammad got, because I never seen that stuff back in the days, man. I'm telling you, my man's had everything.
Listen, man, I'm not even worried about that because the thing is, right? If you focus too much on trying to prove certain things, you lose the whole concept of the story. It's supposed to teach you something. So if you focus too much on, like, yo, what was his sister's name? And would he do this? And did he walk with a limp? And he did that. Yo, all that don't matter. The story is a story. And there's parts of information in the story that you're supposed to take and apply to your life. You know what I'm saying? And if you miss that, then you missed everything. Because if that's the case, you might as well read a novel about something that you know to be fiction. You could take something from that too. Understanding is the best part. So you take the best part for yourself. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was asking you, like, if you ever read that book, The Coldest Winter Ever, because that's like a hood book that like everybody and their mother used to read and circulate and whatever. All the girls read it, so the dudes will read it because they ain't got something to talk about to the girls. Like, but even in that book, it tells a story about a family.
What?
You know what I'm saying? And what happens to a family.
What? What'd you say?
And then it shows their downfall. So even if you look at that from a perspective of real life, like, yo, that's the road they took. And that's where it led them.
I want you to get illuminated
by the Quran.
You understand what I'm saying? So you take the best part
I want
for
you to
yourself.
get illuminated by it.
It don't. It
Wait.
wasn't real. It didn't really happen.
How is this going to illuminate you?
Listen, these words in here is so profound and eloquent. I never seen nothing that said contestants.
One thing people gotta learn in life is that
What?
contestants
you don't want to
of play.
learn.
You talking about from the Quran?
Right? I cut the stove on,
I
right?
want you to take that and
And I
illuminate
touched the stove and I burned
So
it.
wait. How is the Quran going to
Are
illuminate
you
you?
going to touch
the
the stove?
words.
See,
Why not?
sometimes you come here and you say things.
Exactly.
You
So
say
you gonna learn
things.
from my mistake, right?
Commentary.
You're not gonna
Sometimes
say,
you
let me touch it
say
myself and
things,
see
right,
if
that make
maybe
you
I don't
think
get
that
burnt.
you're not
Maybe I'm
listening
better
to
than you are.
anything I
I'm
say.
touching, but I'm not him. Like,
And if
you know
I'm
what
not,
I'm
I could go
saying?
play
So-
it back.
So
That's how
yeah,
you
but
gotta
why
look
would you
at it.
think that the Quran could illuminate me?
It is. It's gonna have you have
And
a
where
deep
you at,
understanding
it's
of
crazy
yourself.
because you.
So what you
I'm glad
saying
that
is-
you
And
take
your
so-
creation.
every
you-
day
so
there's something
that's
going on.
my
out there,
creation.
Mount Vernon,
Yes.
dog. Like,
What's my
I
creation?
know that is a
I'm
war
talking
zone
about
out
the
there.
quintessence of clay and
So
the
the
love.
fact that you
Spirit.
pursuing
So you saying that?
righteousness,
Wait, you
truth,
saying that somebody
yo,
in
they
this
be dropping
Quran
like
created
flies.
me?
I know some people that used to be out there.
I'm
God,
saying it's
God
gonna
used
have
to be
you have
took
a
that
deeper
trip. I
definition.
still got contact
Of
with
what?
people out there. You should go
Of
on
self.
7th and 5th, God, right by
So you saying that in this
Yeah,
Quran
exactly.
is going
You
to
see
give
what I'm
me
saying?
more
Like, so
knowledge
make
of
that trip
myself
from God, take,
than the
take,
supreme
take
mathematics?
the train to Penn Station. I used
Well,
to
it's
take the
gonna
2
help
train to
build
241st in Wakefield by like the
Yeah,
bus
yeah,
up
yeah.
How
and
so?
then walk around the joint.
Well,
Exactly.
look at
So
what
I
I'm
know how
saying.
it is
They're
out
reading,
there,
they
man.
reading.
Like,
Listen, it's gonna help you because people coming on all
Listen,
these.
I had the knowledge before though.
I don't know.
What does that have to do with
Nah,
it?
no, I went out
This
there
helped
for the
save my
women.
life. Okay?
That helped save your life?
And I had Doom Shavir, all that stuff helped save my life.
See, this is why I keep telling you, you a Muslim.
But I'm trying to tell you, there's gonna be more people to come. You read this, so no, you have to have
From
knowledge
here,
of
it's like a little,
everything,
it's
every
northeast.
aspect of the world. When you say your name is Darkim Be AllahChrist,
Right.
that's all the world. It's gonna have a deep understanding of the world.
It's definitely a place that needs to.
So when person come to you and they might have a
They
syntax
need you,
error,
God, so you gotta
and they
get
might
it.
come
You
to
gotta
you
get it
saying,
so
look,
that
I
you
left
can draw.
Islam,
Cause that's the
and
thing
I left
that,
my
that,
5
that I
days
was talking
prayers,
about
I
with
built the
peace.
God.
So what you saying is my classes would be better if I knew about the Quran.
Like once it started to
Well,
get hot, and we
your
get on
whole
it, we
life
gotta go out there and draw
serious.
people
So
up.
the
God. You gotta
Quran
hit the streets
is going to
and
improve
find
my
the young
life.
people and
Yes,
use
serious. It
use
improved
the,
mine.
our youth
It
and
did?
age as the
So why you
magnet.
come here
But
with
see,
all
some
these
of the
problems
brothers
for
that
me
you
to
see on
solve with
Sunday,
supreme
it's gonna
mathematics?
You say you
hard.
older
If the
than me.
Quran,
They can't-
wait, hold on.
They-
The Quran is older than both of us.
degree is too
So
far,
if you
know
get
what
the
I'm saying?
answers
It's
from
too
the
far
Quran
removed.
that save
You know
your
what I'm
life
saying?
and make your
So
life better,
No,
why do you
even
come
the
here
same
and tell me
as-
about your
yo,
problems?
Yo,
That-
and
that's
they
what
When I don't
speak
know.
God, like we, you know what
Every
I'm saying? Like,
person
they
is a
can't even speak
background.
the
Just like
language,
you
God.
crochet
You know what I'm saying?
everything has a background. You talk about Christianity, but you have to understand every single thing that's amongst you and around you and all knowledge of everything.
So you think I don't understand?
double dutch, you know, you looking for
your
shit.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying all that means is submission will.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
on mathematics, not
All
physics. All that means is submission. That's it.
So now listen, the only people I ever hear saying that all it means to be a Muslim, right? It only means
But we around
Muslims.
you know what I'm saying?
It's just submission. That's it.
Muslim culture,
Like the word Abdul, that means
right.
serving of Allah. That's what it means.
So what you saying is that we all Muslims.
Well, that's if that's in C1 says it says what it says? Who is yourself?
Joe Thornton, I hope you're hearing this. True 120, I hope you're hearing this. Sincere Shakima, I hope you're hearing this.
It's people who want knowledge. Nobody.
No, seriously, this going to help you understand more. Up the block
That's
is
the
what
sign of the
where
time changing in general.
Allah
Because
came
yo,
from,
God, when I was in
Muhammad
school,
Temple, right?
and you, and I had a righteous name, they said, yo, the black
I
man's
would've
God.
went
They
back
said, yo,
to
man,
Muhammad
Jesus Christ,
Temple
my Lord and
understanding
Savior. I don't know what
the
you talking about.
The ministers and stuff.
Dudes want to
They ain't there. I came on Sunday. I said, well, you know what? Maybe I just go up and hide. Nation is on Muhammad 7. They won't take me back. I don't know.
You know why they don't take you back?
At Muhammad Temple,
You
they
know,
left.
you know why?
And I'm in the Muhammad Street. They took my.
You know why?
But when it gets restricted,
Yeah. And see, you come here, right? And you go against what we teach.
There's hardcore for Jesus. You couldn't talk
And,
nothing.
you know,
Oh, you saying that you
we
God?
don't
But see,
react
like,
the same
exactly
way.
What God was saying. In their mind, God is a mystical being in the sky that can hit 7 billion people at one time. God can snap his fingers and put him in Satan's
This
business.
is what I'm telling you.
He can change
you know,
your life. Listen,
you-
if you get sick, don't even bother going to the
You're,
doctor. Go to the church, get to the altar, get on your knees and pray.
I
for
think
God
you're
to heal you. That's the
misunderstanding
God that they was
certain
looking
things.
for. You understand what I'm saying?
If-
And that's
if
why
you
that's
think
why
that
it's
the
a generation of
Quran
lazy people now.
is gonna
Because they
illuminate
think that they
me.
want something. They
Like,
more
see the
focused on
word
praying for it than
illuminate.
go around
What
working
does
for it.
illuminate mean?
like
Like yo, I went and got what
Yeah,
you've
so the
been praying for
Quran
15 years.
is gonna
in
make
3
you
years
more
worth of
brilliant.
work. A work.
All scriptures will make you brilliant. Because if you deal with these people talking about they came from baptism, they came from this, they came from that, it's going to have you understand the woman, which they call Anissa. It's going to have you understand Al Imran and children. It's going to have you understand Al Nas, mankind. It's going to understand everything.
I thought you said you don't understand Arabic.
No, that's just words. I don't know how to write nothing but a law. Sorry. That's it.
But you just stood there and spoke Arabic to me.
That's just words. I don't know how to write that in Arabic.
So this whole time you've been here waiting to teach me
to
be a Muslim.
Degree that said, you know, why
Well,
does
you already have
why does he
qualities
fear
of
him
it, right?
now that he's a big man?
No,
Right
I,
now,
you know, what
one
qualities
time I
are
see-
these? Hold on. No. Wait, you saying I remind you of a Muslim?
Well, I said one time I seen with the final call.
So the physical foods
You seen me with a final
Yeah,
call.
one day.
When was that?
But also
No, see,
the
the
mental
MGT came
foods
in
are how
here
you
before.
take that
What?
approach of
The MGT
why
came in here
people
before
get
too.
cancer,
The
right?
MGT
So
came
you
to
gonna
my
see that,
class?
like, a lot
No, she
of
was out there.
the stuff the God has touched
She was out where?
It used to be like
Out there,
that.
some
You
people
two
leave
brothers
and stuff.
that
You
be
gotta
mentioning
know
things,
knowledge.
and you like, what
And
you
wait,
talking
she
about?
said
People
something to
that
me?
It's gonna hit you. Like,
What she
oh,
said?
That's
She
what
had
the God was
kids
talking
with
about. He's talking about.
She had
That's what God was
kids.
talking about when he
This
made-
is like
talking
years
about,
ago.
you know,
And she
they
was
took
an
people walking
MGT,
200 miles. That's what
and
God
I had
said,
the
I'll
final
take the devil
call.
off your planet.
No,
You know
we
what
had
I'm
a final
saying?
call that
We
was
say God
separate. I
power
was
is
over
my
here and I
power,
had final
and you
calls,
get to
but
the
that's separate.
understanding.
I
was dealing with
Wait,
the
hold up.
Muhammad
I had one final call or I had multiple final
One.
calls?
There's other people
You
over here
see,
too.
some of these stuff
And
is
what-
gonna
and
click
what
to you
was-
once you
what did
start
it say
hitting
on
it.
it?
Like, oh, that's what
forgot.
God talking about.
The last time I had a final
You know what I
call
mean? Some of the things
They emailed
was
the people.
no. I'm gonna tell you the last time I had a final
You know
call.
what I'm saying? Just keep
It had
keep
"Who
studying
is Allah"
every day.
on the cover,
Just hit
and
it.
that was
And
about
that's gonna-
1990,
You look at
1991.
You're gonna build on all that. It's gonna all add on.
I don't recall having no final call
A
since
lot of things
then.
brother
No
says,
Muhammad
like
speaks.
God was saying, it goes back to culture. Like
And
in the
listen,
culture, like even if you look at
this
like,
has
hip-hop
got to
culture,
be an all-time
the way we
first.
dress, the way we speak.
I have
the type
never
of way we
in
speak.
my
In the same way as
life,
this culture is the way we speak.
in
is
my
the way we
life,
You know what I'm saying? It's the
had
way we
somebody
see
say,
you know what I'm saying?
I remind the last time somebody asked me if I was a Muslim. Can anybody in the room? Does anybody in the room?
About me being so
Does
far
anybody
away,
in the room know the last
I thought
time?
them Kufis, I thought them crowns was Kufis.
The last time somebody thought I was a
noticed that
Muslim?
They had a,
Yeah,
I was like, nah, brother, come on up in this man shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's what they gonna
Come
tell
to
you.
terms.
They-
You know what I'm saying?
you know what I'm saying? That's the 10%. So they gonna hold the truth over your head. The
For
truth
real.
is
Come
that
to
the reason we
terms.
don't got this, they could
Converted.
with something else, but they're not gonna tell you they
Let me tell you something. The last time somebody
somebody
thought I was a Muslim was when I first came in the house and said I don't eat pig no more.
See?
And they said, "What, you Muslim now or something?" And at the time, I didn't even know. I just knew the brothers didn't tell me I was no Muslim, so I just said no and walked in the room. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Cause all
Then-
roads was leading to the next
Yeah.
one.
Yo, they got guards where you at in Earth. I'm surprised.
So they tell you seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave and stuff.
They ain't hide, yo. They
Listen,
don't be
I had
out. They
it
ain't in
reported
plain sight.
to the one that did my uniform.
They
They ain't in
Since I
plain
feel
sight.
Kareem
And I'm putting that on
Muhammad
everything.
because
They ain't
if
in plain
he-
sight.
I did
I
write
know
my
that's
own
the secret.
speech
Secret.
about
All the
Islam
lessons.
and stuff
But I
like
still have my
that.
t-shirts
They
on.
want me to be
With
put
the
to
picture
them.
on.
All right, but look, let me explain to you like this.
What degree you want, though, guard?
What's the street you on right
I'm
now?
on the,
I'm just trying to learn.
No. What's the street you on right now?
The street?
Yeah.
Where I'm living, residing.
No, right here, where we
Right
at?
here,
Well,
this is
I'm
2122 Allen Clayton Powell.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
now,
I mean, I
you
get
know
it,
what
but
this
they so scattered
building
out,
is,
you know
right?
what I'm saying?
Who walking you through it?
All right, now, what is the law school in Mecca? This is the headquarters of who?
I guess renew my history.
Alone.
See, you gotta
Huh?
get with information because he interviewed
What
people
a
out
law?
there,
What
that's
do you
how I
mean?
know. I don't know nothing about that state, so I never
Yeah.
been there.
You don't want me to say
But
that.
I know
His
it's
interview was the female.
All right, listen, let me ask you a question. Do you know where the NOI is?
Yeah.
Where?
Up the block.
So this is not the NOI.
I know that, but I
Hold
can't
on,
get back in.
wait. And okay, so you only here because you can't get back into the temple?
I can't get into. I can't get to. I'll get into Marches, but I can't get into temple. I can't get back in Nation of Islam.
So you can get back in the Nation of
No, I
Islam.
can get into Orthodox.
No, I'm asking you. No, hold up. So if you could get back in the Nation of Islam, then you wouldn't be here.
God got businesses, you know what I'm saying? Got a lot of stuff going on. And just like you did when you.
Of course not Asiatic mathematics.
Then all of a sudden,
Yeah,
we kicking it, we rolling hard, 6-7 months.
I can't hear you that one.
God disappeared. But I knew where he was at. They like the God down there.
Apparently, SW.
That's like from Pelon to here or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I'm like, cool. I can go get
So
around
so
there.
if you could get back in the NOI, you wouldn't come over here. You said.
Today my last day.
I know they got
I got here,
hormone problems. I'm trying to deal with
actually
it,
got here
and they was,
yesterday morning.
So
He
wait,
said-
hold on. What if I go talk to them for you?
Road, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you drove?
It's a serious issue. I got to deal with it in Chicago and Detroit. You understand? I got my ex at Muhammad Temple
June.
7, and it was on the minute shot he do Shabazz and Mr. Isaac.
So he wanted to
And
come this time,
then
and I'm like,
I was in Muhammad Hospital 7 for
Ah,
20
but listen. I'm saying if I go over there and talk to them right now and tell them that look, you want to get back in, you sincere and everything, then you will go over there.
They don't want me there because
No,
they made
no,
up
no,
lies, said I was flirting and trying to seduce the minister. Students I'm doing feast Muhammad. I told them I was seducing.
Listen, a
They
brother.
put me in charge and say I was seducing the minister. I ain't do nothing to him.
Then call your number.
This is Lil Ray and
Then I
Listen,
wife.
You said you shot?
Yeah, shot boom.
listen. Joe Thornton, you a funny guy. You a funny guy, Joe Thornton.
But yeah, man, so you can get with somebody.
So-
we could build, man.
So
I'ma be coming
basically,
back,
that's
know,
what you
I'm
want to
coming
do,
back,
but you
man.
just.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
that's
be
what
respectful
so
of
he
my mother.
back
That's the only
so he
parent
been
I
somebody
got.
I'm gonna stay a little bit longer.
And I don't know
when
how-
come
what
next
I'm
time,
gonna
you
do.
know
Okay,
what I'm
but
saying?
wait. You're not answering the question.
Mm.
I'm asking you, if I could get you back in the temple.
Which one?
Number 7.
The one that was at the
30
YMCA?
minutes a day with you to just.
The minister-
No.
So they gave me my accent?
It ain't the best
Muhammad
situation,
speaks?
but it's.
That's why I got my
Is that where you
uniform
want to
on.
go?
Yeah.
They told me since I keep clean to them, I gotta learn from Detroit, learn how to make the MGT uniform, cook, clean stove, that's it.
Huh?
I go Detroit, they told me, since I keep clean. Muhammad told me one, they made the one.
You gotta go to Detroit, they told you.
That's what since I keep clean told me. This is important.
That's your whole.
And Ms. Levi Kareem.
So why don't you go to Detroit?
Because like,
I don't know how
the
to
name
get
Salim
Huh?
is right
I don't know
just
how to
set of
get
the
there.
line, which I am.
They
Right.
got buses.
Then when I first.
Don't you travel? You travel all over the place.
And the word wonderful, man.
I was told
Not-
before to get
not
on the Mecca
wonderful
bus.
as in I am wonderful.
That's probably being cheap.
But at
But
the end,
there's no education you're teaching. What you want me to do?
I'm gonna ask myself.
I see nobody like you in the whole world, and nobody like you in the
so why would you would have changed me with the Quran?
God.
It's not. It's knowledge.
Huh?
It's knowledge. You don't take knowledge.
It's knowledge?
Yes,
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Is there anybody with the Quran
What's your name?
that you see like me?
I don't see no one like that.
Okay, so why would I read something that's not, if a whole bunch of people got the Quran, but they not like me, and I don't got the Quran, why would I want to deal with the Quran? That's what I don't understand.
Because, like I said, people come to your class and other walks of life, and you have to have the knowledge so you know how to build the knowledge with them.
Build what knowledge?
Civilization. You have to know how to build.
I'm saying, how is the Quran going to show me that? The Quran is not a book where you dealing with people of all different ways of life.
Well, when you go to
Quran is a book where they demanding that you live that way of life.
Same thing.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to tell you, it's better than reading the Bible, right? It's better than reading the whole Bible, right?
No.
They put it before.
Now, what you say? I went 40 something mosques.
Don't it tell you in the Quran that the Quran is here to confirm the Bible?
Before they own it.
Is it to confirm the Bible? No.
Yeah, it says some of that nature.
Nah,
it says some of that nature in the Quran. That the Quran is confirming the Bible and the Torah.
But all the same thing.
So how is it better?
They claim that the angel Gabriel came down, Gabriel, and gave scriptures when they brought the Talmud, Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible. And if they talking about the Holy Bible was made in Aramaic, how come I didn't meet nobody speaking Aramaic yet? I heard people talking in tongues, but say they done by what you call
it? To me, he remind me of myself. You know what I'm saying? Because he be knowing his history. I'm basically
trying to they start talking. I don't know what's going on.
See, all I can tell you is that there's no way I could be as great as you say. I can't be a great as teacher as you say.
I'm just saying you're gonna meet people to all aspects and all walks of life.
I can't help them.
Be prepared.
I can't help them.
Be prepared for anything and everything. That's what I'm saying.
No, I can't help them.
Be prepared for everything.
No, see what those
but people are gonna leave Temple, Mars, everything, and they might come straight here. They gonna say, well, okay.
Why would they
Peace
do that? Why would they do that?
If they hold up,
if they've been illuminated by the Quran, why would they need to come here?
Because the information that you got and the power that you got.
So
like
wait, hold on.
Rule and stuff.
So why would I want to mess up the information and power that I got by reading this?
It's not going. It's just going to increase your knowledge.
How you know?
I know so.
How you know?
Believe me.
How you know? Believe you.
Mm.
Why? Because you because you believe. Get it, listen. Because you believe in the Quran. You believe in this.
No, I believe in knowledge.
So.
We don't understand that. We don't want knowledge.
You just told me. You just told me you believe
in knowledge.
You didn't tell me you know. I asked you how you know, and you said I just believe it. Now you're saying your belief is based on knowledge, or your knowledge is based on belief. Which one?
Well, if I'm dealing with humanity, I gotta know all and everything about humanity, so I can know how to deal with the people. If I gotta go out there like that, I gotta know the knowledge.
I mean, well, you look like you do.
Because if I gotta hide out and stuff, and it come from point A to point B, I gotta know what to do, how to say, and how to survive. Seriously. Yeah. Even that means if I gotta get in the car and all, yeah.
Who's the oldest, me or you?
And how to survive. In knowledge?
In everything.
Well, my knowledge because I'm 41. You say you were 47, 48? So, but that still don't mean that, like, stuff, trial and tribulations I went through, I survived it, the organization.
So wait. Why you ain't sitting up here and I'm sitting out there then?
Yo, God,
if you got all this experience that you saying, why I'm sitting up here and you sitting out there?
Now this is interesting right here. This is interesting.
Well, listen, I dealt with 90-something-year-old people, And I dealt with geriatrics, and I dealt with babies and everything. Babies love me.
What does that have to do?
They don't just for anybody. They don't just for anybody. I'm talking about a 93-year-old black nun was talking in a comment 70 years.
Listen, and I work with the firstborn of this nation. How about that?
I know.
So
but it's a survival skill.
Huh?
Survival skill. Serious. If you got to hide one day, it might be how.
So wait, the Quran is gonna help me hide?
Yep.
Why?
That is Hassan Hussein.
Like Hassan Hussein.
Martyrs. Yep.
Hassan Hussein is in here.
Martyrs. They tell you, you read everything.
Martyrs.
Yeah. You know about history and I read that. It's not gonna hurt you. It's
I'm
gonna help you.
asking, what did the martyrs do that is gonna show me how to hide?
He was saying some things.
Well, you seen how.
And why would I be hiding?
I spoke to God.
Why would you hide? Like, sometimes you gotta hide yourself.
You know what's gonna happen if I hide, right?
No, serious. I had shrines.
Now hold on. You know what's gonna happen if I hide, right?
You want to talk to Papa Wu? I'm like, who's Papa Wu?
If you hide.
If I hide, you know what's gonna happen.
No, why?
You ain't gonna be able to find me.
You'll be safe though, right?
Huh?
You'll be safe though.
Nah, people die in hiding.
Well, panic attacks?
Huh?
Panic attacks?
You could be attacked by anything. It doesn't matter. The building could collapse on you.
Like, through me seeing like how it's like changing my life.
I need it, but it scared the hell out of me.
But I'm just saying, do you need me to get you back into the temple? Because see, I'm gonna tell you something. I got some juice over there. No, she won't, Joe Thought. She won't find me.
It all makes sense.
Listen. I just want to know if you need me to get you back in the temple. Cause see, I go over there. Listen. When I go over there, what?
I'm trying to find it. It means Isaac, means Shahid is back. It's like an 8.
Nah, we ain't got to go over there. We go right to temple number 7.
That's what I'm in Marshall was at. It used to be temple.
Listen.
Okay.
Is that where you want to go?
How they see it.
Cause if that's where you want to go, I'm telling you, listen, man. When I go over there,
that's where the Queen Mother Doris Smith was at, right? She went up in there.
Who's Queen Mother Doris Smith?
That was the one with the law.
What?
That was the one with the law.
Who she's the Queen Mother of?
The money and
Allah.
What?
Of Allah.
Of Allah.
Yeah.
So now you're saying Allah has a mother.
Go to for some money.
No, before the parents 13 acts.
That
was his wife, right? He was up in it. She was up in it.
Yeah, but who? She's the Queen Mother of who?
Like we just understand like who
the
civilization. The face on the money is the devil. Like
what civilization?
That everybody
understands.
No.
What was the reason why she was in here though? Why did she stay in here?
Huh?
Why did she stay here? Why she said she was?
Because she's a Muslim like you.
And the CLO rule, I was building with you on that.
Yeah.
So she stayed there with the sisters. The MGTGC.
I mean, that's her history. That's you actually who she stayed there with. I don't know who she stayed there with.
Four devils. What would you say them 4 devils was?
And I read a lot of books growing up X. I got my X, but it wasn't through them. You don't know, I got pushed out by MGT and everything else. A fight with a Vanguard, and she came to more young. I don't even know if they might say I'm, you know.
Now, when I see the 4
This
devils,
is
like
my job will be, and I'm defending
what do
this,
you think the 4 devils are? Or apply that to
3 years of
I tried, Lord Hashir, can you help me?
Lord
Hashir, can you help me?
There's no wrong answer.
Peace to
because I
Hashir.
can't tell you about
Listen.
it. It's you.
Yeah, you're right.
Lord, I see you down there.
When I was younger, I used to.
Yeah, you know.
No, forget about when you was younger. You talking about right now, today's present day.
See this?
How about
I
it,
know this right now.
Peace, get ready to hit this highway.
I gotta really sit there.
Peace.
Peace. Peace, God. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm in
Peace, God. Safe travels.
Yup, thanks. Peace. Hey, Darkim.
Peace, black man. Yeah, this is.
I'm
Look,
selfish at times.
I'm just.
Peace,
Definitely selfish at times.
You know, you have to.
I'm not hateful.
No, I'm just saying, I'm trying to deal with it. You gotta understand, serious. I
give
beg
you
you to
I give you one
understand.
of mine.
Because I
One
came
mine
from Islamic
procrastination.
family, and I'm
Right.
begging for respect. I
Reason why I
just
do
want
it
to
mine
fit
is that,
in,
yo, I got
get
something
in where I
to
fit.
I can know I
I
got
don't want to be
5
pushed
o'clock
to
on
the
Friday.
inboxes. I don't want to
I'm gonna do it on
be,
Monday. Tuesday,
ideas
you know,
taken
I'm gonna do
and
it.
then
We'll do it
smashed
on
up
Wednesday.
when they want with his money
Yo,
or when they
man,
want to
this
build.
is
I
going
don't
on,
want that
that's going on.
happening.
But I guarantee we get it
See,
to
listen.
Thursday. Then next you know what? I get busy on Thursday.
You want to respect. You know how you gotta do that.
Friday. Guess what happens on Friday? 3 other things come up that didn't exist in the whole week.
Well, that's one.
5 o'clock
But
on
look,
Friday, and
be
I'm trying to
who
get
you
it
are.
done Friday morning and Friday afternoon when 3 things just came up. That's one
Like
of my
if you a Muslim, right?
So
It's
sometimes
best to
look at
just be a
things like-
Muslim.
Look at
I
it like
tried-
just be
I tried
honest with
the
yourself. That's why I said
Israelites,
there's no
I tried
wrong answer
Sunday
because it's your
Adventists.
life. The things
And
that you gotta work for.
if I go,
Right?
the
We
Israelites
can see
gonna
the
let me in
devil.
no
We
more.
can see the devil around us.
It's gonna
But
tell
you
me
don't
on
want to be the
Tuesday.
blind to the
Let me
devil.
speak, and then I told about the revelation about
That's the first.
the
That's the
woman,
first devil you
the
gotta
dragon
take
spewing
on
out
your
the woman because he was
that
gonna
which
give
is
birth to a
within
holy
you.
male child and open the bowels of
But
earth.
you can't try
That
to
was it.
change
He said the
everything
barren
around
woman,
you.
don't worry about that.
Self ain't
We
correct.
chose tribes of Israel is Judah.
See, that's why it's the knowledge itself.
And we your children.
That's why when you
Well,
deal with
from
the first
Madison,
degree,
the
right?
ISUBK.
The first degree is what? Who was the original?
But you can't, the person
Before they
going
tell
in
about
there,
who's the
I don't know who
color,
I'm going
then
there
you
with
gotta know
knowledge.
who somebody else is.
They said
That's a
they don't, these people don't want
You
to see
understand
nothing
what I'm
about
saying?
law.
Deal with the
They
first
don't want to see
degree and the
nothing,
supreme
find
mathematics is
nothing.
what?
So,
Nah.
person, they tell
And
you
the
the
supreme
Hebrew
mathematics.
name and stuff.
Oh,
I don't know who's gonna hide up in there, but
Knowledge is here.
you
And
never
knowledge is
know
also
who the person
symbolic
gotta
of
hide,
God.
you know.
First
Like I said,
letter
I
in the
don't-
alphabet is what?
Like some people in the comedic,
Exactly. Who's Allah?
with that
You.
healing with the herbs and stuff. I mean, if somebody asks me what you believe in,
When you
I'll probably say the alternative
when you
way
get
of
to the-
life.
Bring it through you first.
Being
when you get to
king,
the
queen
136,
again,
right?
but
It says, my
See,
name is W.
what you
That's
dealing with
Yeah.
mental
not-
anguish right now
Right, first degree to 136.
is because you're trying to fit into places where you don't fit in.
First degree to 140. You doing your history.
Like if you a Muslim, right? Be the best Muslim.
I can't do it because I got tampered with. You said if a
Makes
person
sense.
mixed, tampered.
No, I didn't say nothing.
I'm just saying, if a person, it says in 120, listen,
But you
a
gonna
person's
see,
holy, that's not
one
what?
thing that's ill, right?
That's
is
not,
Joe Thornton,
even the
that's
journey
not
of
even
Mixed
that's
with
not
tampered
even
styles of mind
possible that I would
starts
ask
with the
something like that.
diluted,
You
mixed,
already
and
taking the
tampered.
first step.
If a
You know what I'm
person's
saying?
not
Your
holy
step
no
is in the
more,
right direction.
and diluted, mixed,
Nah,
and
that's
tampered,
not
they do
true.
it.
Going at the knowledge.
Because anything that happens before you go and be a Muslim and do your shahada or whatever don't
That's
count.
gonna keep you on the right path.
But I was
That's gonna
born
encourage
with
you.
the darn
You
and
know what I'm
right
saying?
ear and calm
yo,
left
P
ear. It's not,
and my,
it's
you
not
know,
helping.
them dudes is sharp.
Yeah, well,
And they
you
I
still-
try to network with other sisters, they dare
They
me
got
to
me
see
on it,
that.
dog. I can't let them outdo me. That's a fact, dog.
Somebody.
When I came in, I met them, bro. Oh, nah, they can't outdo me, dog. I gotta get sharp.
You
man.
know,
I can't
talk
play
about
no
the pie in the
games.
sky and
You know what
stuff.
I'm saying?
Like that.
P on the other type of time.
There's no what you talking about? I got some pretzels and some sunflower seeds over here. I got some pretzels and some sunflower seeds over here, black observation. I don't know what God degree you talking about. Yeah. but this is what I've been trying to explain to y'all. This is what I've been trying to explain to y'all. Why I try to keep the, conversation inside the pocket. You see what I'm saying? And y'all keep opening this can of worms.
Peace to the cipher, God.
Peace, God.
Peace.
Yeah.
I see y'all soon. Peace, God.
Peace.
Peace to
Yeah,
God.
hopefully I see you next Tuesday.
Nah, indeed. What's another class on Thursday, right?
On Thursday, yeah.
Yeah.
On Thursday, all right. Peace. Peace. All right, peace, God.
Peace. Hey, look, Lord Hashim. Now you're getting to what I'm saying.
What you
Like,
talking
yeah,
about?
they got me searching for that does not exist, man.
Oh, it's talking. It must be something about a mystery God.
Listen, man. Listen.
Cause I seen that look. I seen the Quran when it's saying, and I seen. I'm like, yo, you can't.
Yeah, But I mean, listen. I already know.
If that works for certain people, that's cool.
I mean, yeah, whatever works. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that you see the mentality. That's why I see certain things where it's like, all right, look, I come a fair distance. Y'all come a fair distance. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not coming to be indoctrinated into Islam. You understand what I'm saying? Islam that's 1,400 years old. When I'm already a part of Islam that has no birth record.
I sincerely love Allah's mathematics.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to go into that. You understand what I mean? Like, if you giving this to me as a book to read, but then when you say I'm going to be illuminated by it, it shows me how exalted you look at this book as opposed to what I'm teaching over here. Young Dub said, "What is the schedule of this class again?" I'm on every Tuesday at 7. Sincere Shakim, I need your help. Yeah, listen, it's definitely crying Jordan time. Yes, it's crying Jordan time. You gotta say, it's time to make Jordan, man. Hold on, man. Where's my crying Jordan, man? Crying Jordan for the room, man. Who had on red and white? Oh, you talking about the brother that was came? True 120. True 120 wearing refiner. Yeah, I know you talking about. But you know, what can we do, man? What can we do?
Yo, God, I got some questions for you, God.
Yeah, go ahead. We can get to your questions.
These questions ain't for the camera, though, God.
Oh, these are some.
You heard the God tomorrow on Sunday.
These I ain't even. I was there.
He said, "Yo, listen, everything ain't for the internet, God."
You know, I was
I know you. I think you came in like he might have been talking towards the end or maybe right after.
Yeah, but listen, you know, you ain't gotta tell me. It's look like we talking about earlier. You see, my videos be edited. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to tell. Like, people that call me up cursing me out. You gotta have it, man. What? Like, nah, God, that's you gotta tell me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I got stuff. I got whole videos where I was like, you know what? I can't even put this out. I don't even know why I asked you that.
That's peace.
No, see, it was at 17. I was trying to go into the convent in Jamaica Avenue, you know, the desert. And
Free me.
The nun.
Queen see it. Don't be leaving.
The nun peeped through the hole and she didn't want me getting saved. They didn't want me out there.
Don't be leaving now.
Being a loose trick. I said by 18 I'm done.
Yo, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yep. After assisting handmaids and Mary are black nuns. Why would a person be a black nun? Serious. How are you gonna reproduce?
You the one that's always coming over there telling me about nuns.
Well, when I heard them singing beautiful nightingale voices and smooth skin, And black sisters, I was like, oh my good, they ain't got a worry in the world. Beautiful sisters, they're black. I was like, oh wow. But you know what? Some of them probably, it's like they did me. If you ain't got the money, you ain't got no food to drink.
So wait, are you gonna give me a Bible now to read so I can illuminate?
I got a 7-day Adventist one too.
Huh?
7-day Adventist.
No, I'm asking you, is this the new thing?
Well, you gotta be prepared for anything and everything. It's a new, it's 2020. You gotta be updated on what's going around you, your cipher. Not just in here, but all around. And that's what I've been doing, looking all around in different places and seeing their knowledge and their beauty and their handsomeness. You know? That's what I've been looking at.